Go ahead and move on forward with it.
Like Tasteless says, that technology is the vehicle of esports.
It
and
is.
we are a slave to it. Like, as long as it works, it's fine. If it doesn't work, we are screwed.
Pretty much. But you know, fortunately enough, though, it's things have been going. Things have been okay. A few hiccups here and there we've had, over the past week and a half. But still, we're still pretty much on track here. And Karthus being considered here for tabs onto TeamLess. Now, Karthus is a very commonly played AP mid, especially in the EU meta. Don't see him a whole lot in the NA.
Well, Reggie.
Outside of Reggie,
Scar
and
a little bit. Scar likes him.
Yeah,
he actually, I think at MLG he got played just a crap ton. Like,
he did.
Yeah, he's just really good. Like, he farms. He's like one of the best farmers. He pushes really well. And he doesn't have to leave lane.
He's passive, is what it is. And it speaks to sometimes if you're going for a certain team comp, is like, sometimes it can be very well orchestrated by your mid. It's like, okay, Karthus gonna be looking to farm. Everyone else, farm on up, gents. You know, we're going into this one for the long haul.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's guaranteed damage, right? You just throw him in there. He dies. He comes back to life.
No big deal.
He's doing damage. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So he always has a presence, whether it's the global presence with his ultimate or the undead presence with his passive. Like, he's always going to be doing damage. And that's why he's so good. Like, you can't really, I mean, you can counter pick him, but like, he's still going to be successful for the most part because he has his ultimate.
Yeah, but he's coming back into style worldwide now.
Yeah.
Saw Reggie play with him last weekend.
Dominated.
Yep.
Congrats to TSM.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And but for the longest time though, like in the NA meta, no one played Karthus unless your name was Phantom Lord, really.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. But granted, he also was the one who did the revive teleport style, so good on him.
Which
but
has never seen competitive play, really.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And he just dominates solo queue with that build. But we wouldn't see it. Okay, Kassadin.
Now here's the thing: Kassadin versus Karthus is actually a really good pick.
Right.
Did also see that at MLG as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing though.
You teleport right over his wall.
You can teleport. Not only can you teleport right over his wall, but Karthus, his main method of farming is lay wasting.
Yeah.
You max out the wave on Kassadin, and it's like I need charges. I need someone to cast spells. For my spell to charge up. Karthus, come over here.
Yeah.
Easy.
But then again, like we said, Karthus will always have a presence, and so Kassadin needs to get close. Karthus doesn't need to do anything.
Right.
He can even die and still do damage, so good for him. Kale's back. Hello.
Oh, yeah. Kale's coming on back here. Teamless going to go ahead and try their luck once again with the Kale top lane.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though, is that right now, Megashock, that's the only last piece of the puzzle that they haven't picked. So Kale could very well be easily countered here. Vladimir, I would actually like... Vladimir could also be a good pick for just pure damage. But that it cuts down on the initiation properties. But here's the thing, though. They're going for a very similar team that they did for Game 2. They want a tanky jungler, someone out in front. And, there's only one champ I can think of that can do it better than Udyr, and that's Mundo.
Yeah, Mundo is a beast. He has suffered from some nerfs, and so he has been suffering from some nerfs. So his ultimate isn't as good as it used to be, but he's still that regen. He can just go out there, just take tons of damage. You're gonna burn all your cooldowns on him, like we see that all the time. And then when he dies, the other team's just gonna clean up. Like you've used everything to take him down. And again, that's similar to how Mordekaiser works with his abilities. You can't ignore him. You have to do something about him because he's gonna get in there. He's gonna take all that damage with his suitcases, briefcases, and
we'll see if he goes for that scheme.
Yeah, we'll see. But I mean, he's gonna do damage, and you can't ignore him. And he's in the front, and he's getting scary.
But now here's the issue I see right now for Megashock is that Teamless, straight out of the gate with the Karthus pick, they're saying we're looking to farm, we're looking to go in a late game. Vladimir is also a very huge beast if he hits late game.
Oh boy.
Once again, he becomes a huge tank, does so much damage, is very difficult to kill.
His ultimate is just ridiculous.
It is. Especially when you couple it with with two massive AoEs.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the fight, it can get real ugly. But here's the thing. You look at Megashock's team, and there's, we have like two big like assassin type players. Like you have Nocturne and you have Caston, who can be very sneaky, come in from all different angles and try and snipe someone out of lane. Aurelia can do only so much on the front lines against a super tanky team, just really there to sustain. And right now, bot lane on TeamLess is looking way more aggressive. I can expect to see Megashock just kind of like sitting on the back end, because Ashe, she's semi-passive when it comes to farm. And granted, she does have the slow; she can get aggressive, but I think she may actually get out-aggressed. More likely get out-aggressed here from TeamLess, because Taric, you're there, stun, shatter, your armor's down, and Graves can just be in there dashing in to clean up. And Soraka can only heal so much, but if this hits late game, I fear that TeamLess is going to spiral so far out. Even if they don't have any discernible lead, they're just going to get too tanky.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the Ashe pick on bot. Ashe is really one of my favorite ADs. Crazy initiation. Just
best initiation.
Best initiation. We're just blanket statement.
It's an arrow that can go anywhere you damn well please.
Yeah,
it's one of the best initiation tools in the game.
And so when you hit 6, you start killing people, and that's really cool. I like that a lot. And they get out of position, and now you're poking them down. They get about half life, and then you ult them, and then they're dead. Right. Cool with the Ashe pick. Vlad, what are those summoners, man? Ghost and heal on top.
He's looking. It's not too uncommon to see Ghost on Vlad, because what you can do if you're really in pursuit of someone, you Ghost while you're in the pool.
Oh, and you just jam.
And you just jam on in. And it's like, oh, you're trying to get away from my slow. I don't think so. But
heal.
That's it's a clear indicator that he's not looking to be aggressive top lane.
Yeah.
He just wants to farm.
Which he does remarkably well,
yes.
I might say.
Yes, that's something Vlad does pretty damn well. And against an Aurelia, in Aurelia, you got the Ignite. El Muppo's trying to get the kills, trying to get the stun. Gonna be baiting the heal out, hopefully. But that's the thing, though. It's just, why go Ignite on Vlad? Kerp knows he's not going to kill El Muppo. He knows that, if El Muppo just gets, too weak, just going to go ahead and back off, recall, whatever. So I think he's more in trying to force him out of lane, if anything. He knows he's not going to get the kill, so he might as well just, play defensive and get the heal and stay.
Yeah, he's got his eyes on the prize, and the prize is late game. So he just needs to get to late game and farm, and then he's just going to dominate, because that's what he does. His AoE, his ult, he does so much damage, and combined with Karthus is going to go in with the ult on from Vlad. It's just going to do tons and tons of damage, and you're not going to be able to avoid it. Yeah. And so I'm really, really eager to see how they work that out.
So right now, though, once team fights start in, Goats and Cowtard, they pretty much only have one target, and that's Graves. But they do certainly also have the skill kit available to zero in on Graves as well. You can go ahead and Rift Walk over walls, and you got the Nocturnal as well. So once both Caston and Nocturne hit 6, and and that's also another thing for the Caston pick as well. He's very mobile. He's like an Ahri. He can just go ahead and gank lanes whenever necessary. Coupled with the Nocturne, you can actually see they might actually get aggressive on bot lane. We may have to find out, but that's the one thing Karthus cannot do. He can ult. He can hit everyone, but he's not he's not the most. He doesn't work out quite much like Mr. Mundoverse there. He doesn't he doesn't leave lane very often. So
Jim Mundo,
man. I didn't know this real gym. If that's not a real gym, someone should actually just make it a real gym. You don't have weights. You just have massive cleave. Don't cut yourself on the equipment, man. It could
a real
really
gym
bad.
that a bunch of computer gaming nerds would go, and I don't work out. No,
I don't work. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that I individually do not work out very much at all.
And of course, I say nerds with the utmost respect as a nerd.
Of course,
myself, yes.
of course.
Yeah,
I mean, we're all nerds here.
Yes, exactly.
Except for you.
Yeah. What? So I really like Nocturne a lot, and I think the big reason is he makes for an exciting game with his ultimate.
Right.
All of a sudden, he's in your face, and he's exciting to watch, and his ultimate is just remarkably good. And best ganks in the game combined with his fear. In my opinion, he's just going to do work, and he he clears so dang fast. Like his toolkit is like everything you want in a jungler, except for maybe the tankiness. But he can still be pretty tanky with like his heal and things. Like he does pretty well.
You can like see his spine like bulging out. Oh my god.
He works out, bro.
He does work out. I guess that's what happens. But here's the thing: it's not too like that. That's like the battle of the ages when it comes to junglers, and we've been seeing it a lot lately too. One team picks Mundo, the other team grabs Nocturne. It's just like that's like the perfect conflict. That's like the perfect mesh you can get.
Yeah. Because
if you realize Mundo's just gonna be right there in the front line, just pick Nocturne, pop the ult, and dash towards the back line. It's just kind of like, don't want our junglers fighting each other. Just want to go ahead and try and zone in on one of the targets may be.
Right.
So it's a natural pick just to pick Nocturne in the face of Mundo, just so you don't have to deal with it. You can just dash to whomever the hell.
Yeah. So how does Mundo do? Mundo. How does he do? Like, isn't he? He's a pretty strong invader, right? And Nocturne is, since he's such a lightweight.
Like both, there's the potential for jungle invades from both. But I mean, Mundo. I think he does a little bit more efficiently. Just the fact that he can clear full waves a little bit easier earlier on. But later on, once Nocturne decides, gets all the damage he needs, is attacking a little bit faster. There's possibilities from both ends for counter jungling here.
Okay.
So it's I don't know, have to see.
Yeah.
And also with the rest of this team comp though that TeamLess has decided to make for themselves, it's not outside of the realm of possibility for Frogger to just go ahead and passively farm in the jungle for a while, just so you can go ahead and because Nocturne may actually be looking for a lot of ganks. Maybe looking for a lot of ganks spot lane just to try and shut down Graves as much as possible. Possibly go ahead. Oh, right now, and Ashe is walking right into the bush, not expecting Metal X to be there. It does have to flash over the wall. Were there any summoners? The Exhaust and the Ignite were burned. Actually, I think Megashock actually got the better of that because he only had to burn one summoners. Granted, Ashe does not have to back. Ashe doesn't have to back. She's got Soraka with her. So it looks like, Megashock actually got the better of that exchange somehow.
Yeah, that could have gone a lot better. But, I mean, again, the face checks, man. You can't be face checking like that. Mord learned his lesson last game.
I always go the long way around going back to lane. I never take the river to go and enter into lane initially. It's just something I just don't do, and that's why, because you may get caught out there pretty quickly. And there's Frogger now top lane trying to make something happen against the El Mupo. The Exhaust going down, Ignite going down on the Frogger, keeping him away. The Cleaver does not connect, will not be slowed. Health potions being burned, and there you go. Nocturne saw Mundo go in the lane. It's time to counter jungle, and sometimes it's not even necessarily the how fast you can jungle or how fast you can counter jungle. It's just sometimes a lot about positioning, because Mundo wants to try and get maybe an early gank, and really that's all that needs to be done.
Now Nocturne's going for that gank in mid, and he is.
Karthus does not have the wall up. Did not buy the wall. Level 2 or level 3. So.
Yeah, I think it's usually a level 4 buy.
Yeah.
So that's not unusual, but that was really smart on Nocturne. I think. I mean, it scared Karthus out of lane. He got to counter jungle a bit, and I wonder if that was part of his plan. Like if he sees Mundo is such a popular level 2 ganker because of how good his how strong his ganks are, and so I wonder if like Nocturne was sitting was like, well, if I see him up top at this time, I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna steal the race, I'm gonna push, and then Karthus out of lane, and now Casting gets to farm it up and just sit there, which is nice.
It's not too bad for himself. I mean, granted, he's got it's a very minimal lead he has, but right now, actually, Ashe getting stunned, caught out a little bit by TeamLess, but actually in the meantime, Kerp being forced to pull, and there's the heal being brought up. That's why you bought the heal. That's why you get the heal.
Yeah.
And even then, like the Nocturne Fear will actually happen if Vlad is pooled. There are very few abilities that will track Vlad in the pool, but the Nocturne Fear is fortunately.
So does he does he get feared while he's a pool? Like it goes he
is the most afraid puddle ever. It's just like, oh man, don't step on me. I don't want your shoes to get wet, man. That'd be bad. You have to change your shoes. But it is gross.
Okay, so I wasn't a believer of the heal. It worked out. Good for him.
But it is burned.
It's burned.
It is burned.
But I mean, hey, it's better than being dead. So good.
Also true.
Good for Kerp. Yeah, I really liked it. So I'm really interested because in seeing how Mundo performs, because in North America, a lot of the Mundo players are really farm centric.
A lot of the Mundo players are named I Will Dominate.
Yeah, I Will Dominate, but I mean Crumbs also plays Mundo pretty good. Oh, he did before when he was jungle, and they're pretty farm centric people. But I've heard that EU is a lot more gank centric, so I'm gonna see. I mean, here goes Mundo's going up the mid.
There's the Q. Okay. Does not get the cleaver onto Goats, and we'll have to back off. But does get a ward down. Just going to go ahead and be a little bit more aware. So, but yeah, no, you're starting to see a lot of the passivity, and also Cassidy not quite 6 yet. Actually, neither champs in mid are quite 6, but once they do, things are possibly going to start making a little bit of a turn.
Yeah.
Once Karthus hits 6, he's going to have the global presence and the extra damage. Once Cassidy hits 6, he's going to have the Riftlock and be a little bit more mobile, but Kerp getting ignited from El Muppo, having to force more potions to chug to keep that health up, to keep the sustain up. And he's only got the 1 tome so far. He hasn't. How much does he need? He needs a little bit more for the revolver, but Kerp being dashed in. El Muppo may actually be able to go ahead and take it, but no, the pool will keep Kerp safe. So Kerp needs about I think about like 200, 300 more gold before he can actually go ahead and go back and get the revolver. He's going to get the other tome for the time being and more potions. He needs to keep on chugging potions to sustain in lane.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate for the time being. But once the farm continues, the lane will eventually sway. But Aurelia is still a very sustaining champ to begin with. So it's not like there's going to be any kills, but the lane should equalize. And you notice this as well, too. There's not too much of a farm difference up top lane between the 2 champs either. So it's only about like 100, 200 gold difference for now. And that can also sway pretty quickly with the ganks, because Mundo, once he gets a cleaver, all the damage from Vlad should be more than enough.
Yeah, I think Aurelia is playing pretty smart and doing a lot of damage early before Vlad gets that ultimate. Because when the ultimate comes in, the polarity of the matchup is going to completely switch, and Vlad's just going to be able to do way more damage than Aurelia. Maybe not. I mean, their sustainers are both really good, but so she's getting a lot of trade-in now while she can, before it's really dangerous to be up there.
There is the stun, but Cassidy has wandered down from mid. Karthus trying to make something happen, will not get the kill onto Ashe with the Riftlock in the first blood, going to Kautar down bot lane onto Lord N, getting the quick support kill, and that's the worry about the wandering Cassidy, is that he is so mobile. And he can go ahead and be in situations where he needs to be in order to get those quick kills. Yeah,
I'm not totally sure if I agree with that Karthus ult, because, I mean, he did it to try to scare him back, right?
Right.
And it didn't. So now he wasted it, and it didn't do what he wanted to do. Like, he risked something that didn't pay off. And when you take risks like that and they don't pay off, you start getting farther and farther behind. And, now the potentness of Karthus is, like, way lowered. Like, he's just not as effective as he could be. Right. And he's not as scary. Like, you can't be ganking as strong or taking as many risks now.
I mean, he is actually still taking a few risks. I mean, he's there. He's trying to steal the wraiths.
Yeah,
but there you go. He's going to pay for a little bit of it. Going to go ahead and take a Q to the face, returning back in the lane. But, Tabs does have blue. So does Kautar. They both have their own respective blue buffs. And they're going to be still, trying to stay and farm as much as they possibly can. But their Ashe Arrow coming right down the mid. Will he be able to get him? Nice! Walks right on into it, and there's a Nocturnal to follow on up. And that should be a quick kill right down the middle. Let's go, Bolin. Tabs, I bet you wish you had your ult right now.
Dude, I was like...
Because that may have done something to Goats.
Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, no, he's not going to get hit by it.
Nope,
and then he like just walks right in as if like he wanted to get hit by it.
Kerp gets caught out from Elbow in the flash in pursuit. The heal will not be enough to save him, unfortunately.
It did no damage.
No damage. But, yeah, that is always, though, the constant threat with the Ashe Arrow. And by the way, if you play Ashe, do that more often if you have an AP mid that can capitalize on that, because that is just if you're playing with a Cassidy or with an Ahri, or actually I've done it with a few friends. I was playing as a Ziggs at the time. Ashe Arrow followed up by the nuke, and sometimes it's more than enough. But never be afraid to just shoot the arrow right down mid and go for the strike. Because sometimes it happens, and even if it doesn't, even level 1, it's a pretty short cooldown. You might as well.
I don't know if I totally agree with that, but I'll let you.
It's something. It can help. It can help immensely.
No, it's like awesome when it pays off, but it never.
But it only. Well, I mean, right down the mid
Yeah.
though. I mean, odds are, most AP champs usually stay centered around the mid area anyway. They don't usually veer off to either bush.
Unless they have a ward, like unless one
ward.
side's warded. But maybe he knew that it wasn't warded, and so he was going to stick to the middle. But
right.
It was a gamble, and it paid off, and it was really cool to watch.
And that's the thing, though. It only needs to pay off once.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to do it like repeatedly, but if it pays off once, you get the kill and you get the lead in lane.
Yeah.
And that's really all you need. Caston's, he's up 2 kills, got the Kados, looking for the Rod of Ages build. He's actually going to be building a little more of a tankier cast than a glass cannon cast. But that's really, he can afford to do that right now because he's doing pretty well for himself. And you got a pretty decent gold lead too, about 500 gold up onto the Karthus.
Yeah, Karthus build's pretty standard. He's just trying to get that little bit of life. He knows he has to get close to do a lot of damage in the, the mid and the late game. So he just working on that Rod of Ages.
Muppo getting huge damage top lane onto Kerp, but Frogger's going to be there to dissuade him, and that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Aurelia is about to hit level 10. And then it's just gonna, it's a 2-level advantage.
And unfortunately,
Muppo's
just abusing.
That's Aurelia, man. You get a little bit of advantage and you just wreck them.
Yeah, and it's quite unfortunate. So Aurelia's just going to go ahead and continue the farm top lane. Well, the rest of the team is going to try and go in for that dragon. The Wall of Pain does throw down, and Frogger trying to get a cleave, trying to get something in. But TeamLess is just going ahead and muscle in, taking out the pink ward. Frogger's got an Oracles on him right now.
Yeah. These early Oracles for both teams, I like it a lot, but I also don't like it. So it makes it so they can't get into their item builds and do as much damage, and then the ganks are weaker, and then he's a little bit slower in the jungle clear, and it kind of spirals towards the end. Like late game, you're going to notice a difference. However, he's clearing a lot of wards. So again, there's a lot of gambles taking part in this game.
Yeah, and Mundo, Mundo's going to be pretty healthy as is. Like, if you want to get someone with Oracles, you want to get someone either on the back line or onto, one of your primary tanks. And Mundo, even if he gets low, he's got the ult, he can regen. What the hell? What the hell is going on with Muppo there? Maxing the Blade Surge is at level 3 and just chunking out Kerp for so effing much.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Let's see if Aurelia dives on him right here, and so Mundo can go in and do some damage.
Very good. Muppo's going over to. There you go. The Ignites are going down. The ult has gone down from Vlad. The exhaust goes down as well, but may not actually be enough to mitigate enough of that damage. But Muppo getting pretty low, trying to heal what they can, just running around in circles. But no, Muppo's cooldowns will not come back up soon enough to try and kill Kerp, and there was the kill that Kerp has been begging for this entire time. Finally got it.
I think Aurelia slipped up a little bit there and decided, I'm ahead, I'm doing really well, I don't need a ward, so I'm just going to, put on pressure and not have a ward and just do what I want to do, and then, that's how ganks happen. Like, you aren't ready, you aren't aware of what's going on.
There you go. Looks like Megashock trying to finish up. They still managed to get the dragon, but there you go. There's the engage. Everything he needed onto Metal X. He is ignited, but may barely get away. No, Countercharge is there with the Riftlock to finish it off, and there's the double kill. Finishing off of the Taric, just waiting for the cooldowns to go ahead, pop on over the wall to finish off whatever remaining members of TeamLess there are. May actually go ahead and get a quick kill on the tabs once he readjusts his position. There are wards. The decision, can you see it? Will we see it? Waiting for the do it. There you go. Quick kill onto the Karthus, but no! Whoa, what? What? Just barely getting away from that one.
Oh, now he's going to pay. Man, that could not have, that was horrible.
That was, and you know what? A lot of it too, Caston's passive. He takes a lot less, magic damage than most other AP mids. But still, though, that was so effing close.
Was it Caston's build that helped him serve? Because he's pretty tanky, right? We're talking about that. Did he go Rod of Ages?
Now he's got the rod.
So, yeah.
Now he's got the rod.
Okay, so, yeah, he was on his way there. So he had a lot of life. And, that sucks.
That does suck.
Poor Caston.
And that's the thing with the Caston, too. 5-0-1.
Yeah, another one of those crazy snowballers, you know, like, and you can't get away.
You really can't.
No.
There is no escape from them.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate part. But here's the thing, though. Like mentioned before, if this does drag on to late game, the closer Kurthus and Vladimir get to level 18, Cowtard's clearly going to hit level 18 first.
Yeah.
If the lead continues, he's going to get there. But if the farm continues for Tabs, if the farm continues for Kerp, they may very well, once late game hits, out-edge them. And remember, Kassadin, he's pretty much all burst.
Yeah.
He gets in there, Rift Walk, Wave, Q. Let's wait.
Yeah. And hopefully he can Rift Walk out of there.
And hopefully he can get out of there.
I mean, if his mana isn't completely...
Right. But the thing is, though, there's continual damage coming in from Karthus. You have Vladimir with the ult to help the rest of the team pile on even more damage. And he can just go ahead and just spam his ability to sustain and stay in the fights longer.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of how much of a difference can actually be made from Kassadin. But there you go, the ult coming in from Vlad and the pool. Just trying to keep El Mapo and Goats in one spot. But Goats with the shield. And Frogger's actually not going to go in on this. We could have had something with the Nocturne, but
yeah,
no.
I don't know. It's a close call. I mean,
was.
Mid is still in mid, and and saw that, so that there was no pressure there. But I would have liked to see him go in after it. Yeah. Personally, I mean,
you're behind. You're behind in your Mundo. I mean,
his ult was going off, I think, right? Wasn't it?
Right.
So I mean, yeah, you're getting the reach in. You're gonna have that sustainability. You're gonna be able to chase, maybe even dive the tower in certain situations. Just at least cleaver, like you can at least.
Wait for the spell shield to expire, and then at least attempt to chop him.
Yeah, I think he got a little scared. Maybe he wasn't totally sure where Kassadin was, or didn't have that good of map awareness.
But it's a quick kill top lane, and now this is the recognition though coming in from Megashock is that they Ash Arrow going down onto the Taric, want to take him out real quick, and the fear will be more than enough. Nice combo coming in from the Ashen and Nocturne together. Wow.
The single target damage for Megashock is really, really good.
It's there.
It's there. It's, we're seeing a lot of really strong ganks right now, and the coordination between the arrow and the Nocturnal is like guaranteed.
It's spot on.
Yeah, it's really, so I mean, good for them. They knew what they were doing when they picked that comp, and it's really working out for them.
And right now, El Mapo, so much damage onto Kerp. It's just straight out ridiculous. And now it's Megashock. They realize where their threats are. They want to go ahead and shut them down as much as possible. And I mean, you're gonna see Megashock not really trying to take out top tower. I mean, it's low, but it's not. They're gonna make an active push on it, because the longer Vlad stays in this lane, the longer Aurelia is going to go ahead and pull out ahead. Yeah.
I mean, and then again, but Aurelia could just kind of stick around like we're seeing. Like, she's not roaming a lot. She's ahead on farm. She's ahead on kills. So she really doesn't need to leave. She can just kind of push Vladimir around. Just, like, do whatever, whatever she wants, she can do. It's safe as long as she wards. And, but in the other lanes, we're seeing that I'll let you.
Oh, yeah, Ash is trying to get away there. The Graves ult will be there, but here comes Kassadin looking to help save the day. But you know what? Just his presence. His presence is enough to deflect Metal X and the Warden. But the minions, just a tap. A tap on that, if they'll let them. We'll go ahead and take out the tower. But top lane, though, El Mapo now in a 2v1 situation. This is the situation right now that TeamLess wants to be in top lane. A 2v1 against the Aurelia. It worked for him before, and it can work for him again. They know the Nocturnal is down. They know he's not going to be in the neighborhood anytime soon. So this is where they want to go ahead and press their advantage to try and help Kerp pack up. But still, though, there is just a lot of room for Kerp to make up, and he's still backing quite often. He's backing up quite often. And there you go, the Negatron cloak.
Yeah, he's behind. He knows he's behind. He's going to need something to help. I mean,
I think that's going to go to a QSS.
Think so?
Because the stun and the slows, because you look at once again,
nice shot,
the Ash Arrow into the mid, so well timed, coming in from Tabs. That's the second time. It's 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's 3 for. I mean, he hit that one on the bottom too with Nocturne.
Oh yeah.
So he's Man, and he was
Bang
like
on.
halfway across the screen. Good
Why
for
not?
him. Yeah.
Just that aim just so well.
Yeah, that's really good.
And El Muppo will actually go ahead and take out the top tower. Knows Vlad's not there. Extra money for the team. And in the meantime, Megashock with the Karthus down, Dragon is just easy breezy.
Yeah.
Take it out, no problem.
The thing is, so I mean, TeamLess has a late game team.
Yes.
And they're not doing a good job of protecting themselves and working towards that late game.
Well, that and El Muppo's just doing an amazing job shutting down Kerp.
That's true.
The Nocturne presence has been spot on.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They know the lanes they want to go ahead and deny. They've done that in spades for the top lane. Bot lane, just those fantastic arrows have been doing work. And bot lane has just been not doing too great. So now this is the precarious situation that Frogert's in. And it's the toughest job for any jungler to do. What do you do when all lanes lose? And right now, it's farm. And that's the best thing you can do as a jungler is just all lanes are losing. You know you can't make a difference anywhere. Just sit back, stay, and farm.
And luckily, Mundo is the fastest clearer in the game.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
He's pretty much up there.
Yeah, he's way up there, and he's really fast. And the thing is, though, Nocturne has been ganking a lot, and that's the power of his ultimate. But if you look at the farm, he's not that far behind.
No, he's
so
not,
he's doing something right. Like he got those 2 Doran's blades, so he's got that extra damage. It's going to clear even faster. He's got the speed increase from his I think it's his W, and so he's doing really well. So I was surprised when I looked down there and saw that he was ahead in farm and kills, and he's been ganking as 7 assists. So props to Nocturne. He's been doing a really good job.
Doing really good. But here's the thing, though, TeamLess, they are now all in the mid. Where's El Muppo? Oh, here he is.
Just farming like a beast.
Just farming like a champ here. And granted, there is no ward coverage.
Yeah.
There is no ward coverage here from Megashock. But once that last minion pushes, he's gonna go ahead and get the F out of dodge. But once the moment Kerp and Metal X make their appearance, but Caston is actually not too far behind. They may be trying to set up a trap here.
It's really smart. I mean, they're pushing mid and they're pushing top, so they can't split their forces. Aurelia is so strong, one-on-one isn't an option. You got to do a 2v1 at least. So you're going to have to send 2 over, then you're going to have 4 in mid and be able to push mid strong. So they're doing a really good job.
There you go. El Muppo's wow. Real amazingly quick onto Metal X. Nocturne pops the ult. Didn't even need it.
Nah.
He was gone before Nocturne even had a chance to try and pop in. But there's Kerp getting caught out the silence doing work. And the Ash Arrow is still up as well. Could get another godlike Ash Arrow into top lane, just straight onto Vlad's face if necessary, or stick it in the mid, put it right down, to tell you where Karthus can go ahead and stick that arrow, because Caston's not too far behind. May actually see it. There it is. Oh, right down there onto the Karthus. Almost nearly missed, but Goats is not too far behind. Gonna go ahead and start taking that tower, allowing Caston to go ahead and maybe get a little bit extra damage, but this time, not as successful.
Yeah, I was a little too close to the tower.
Yeah.
He was waiting for him to go out a little bit farther, but he wasn't. So he's like, let's just jump on him while we can. Burn my ultimate. Don't even need it. Whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? This ultimate
who cares?
sucks.
Who cares? It's 90 seconds. It's going to be back up in a minute anyway, so who cares? So it's on that short enough of a cooldown, and Aurelia is here to help clear the waves and play interference as well. The stun go down, Aurelia has no choice but to flash out, but the Vlad ult will go down. The Graves ult completely whiffs, but Cleaver's going down just to harass Ash just a little bit more. Just nothing really net gain from that fight from either team.
Yeah, Vlad got that Negatron cloak. He's trying to, negate some damage.
Oh, he's going for an Abyssal.
Oh, yeah. And the thing about Aurelia is she's hybrid, right? So she's doing physical and magic damage. And so it's hard to negate her, and that's why she's so strong top lane, because you can't just avoid one side of the damage. She's just going to do damage no matter what.
Oh, everyone's so slowed from Megashock. That's the cue. Soraka is a little too far behind. We go ahead and burn the wish. And now everyone in a nice clump from TeamLess is like, come on in to the Karthus AoE. I dare you. But still, though, the kills coming down. Kerp, triple kill. 2 for 1 on that wave. Very nice. But here comes the Karthus ult. Will actually take out Muppo on that one. But still, though,
dude, they
the one wave from Caston was more than enough to go ahead and make up for that. Who cares if one of our guys got killed? That was a 3 for 1. That's still really good. And you just walk past that ward, Frogert. Okay. I was like, oh wow, yeah. There we go. Okay. That's like one of the biggest thing that drives me crazy too. Like, you know, in spectator mode, you see someone that has an oracles.
Yeah.
They walk past a ward. They know they walk past it, and they know it's there, but they choose not to clear it.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because the oracle vision range for the ward is shorter than your actual vision range. So you have to, like, there's like a weird spacing, like, where you have to be really close. That's my only complaint, is that you have to be so close to those wards to see them.
But there are some teams, though, that do actually use that to their advantage.
Yeah.
I think it was in the WinFact Acer match. I can't remember. It was one of those huge games that we had like 2 weeks ago, where one team would actually place like 2 or 3 wards in a bush, and actually wait for someone with oracles to try and come and clear all 3.
And then
it's just immediately like it was the like that episode of Family Guy. Like, ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
It's like winning the lottery, man. It's like 3 wards.
I was like 3 wards, 75 gold, man. Dude, that can buy me a soda. That's awesome.
Yeah, or they place like there's kind of unconventional Baron.
I've mentioned it before too. Like right inside this lip, if there's like a pink ward outside of the pit, if you get a ward in that little cove or right there, it will not see it. You actually have to physically go inside the pit with an oracles or have the pink ward inside the pit to actually see it.
Pretty cool stuff.
So,
pretty creative strategies with warding. It's there's so much to do with it.
And there's so many subtle nuances. Like sometimes if you're playing like bot lane, like oh do I ward the Tri-Brush, or do I put the ward here, or do I put it right in front of Dragon? It's just so many choices needed to be made, and it's not that's the things you need to consider if you're playing support, or if you're a jungler, if you got a whole bunch of wards, or actually if you're anyone that has wards, because everyone should buy wards. Everyone should buy wards, period. But that's just me.
You just need a tattoo that says that.
I'm never getting a tattoo.
It's like your life's motto: buy wards, damn it.
Well, buy you should just get the rules, like the 3 major rules of League. Like always buy wards, never chase singed, and top laner feed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's pretty legit.
That's pretty legit.
Man, Caston is 10-0.
Like this is a problem.
Yeah.
Caston and 10-0 is a problem.
10-0, and he's only 30 farm behind Karthus. Karthus King.
Oh,
farm.
Metal X.
Look at that, dude. Look how much damage that was.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That's
wow.
And then just take Baron.
That's
call
it.
it a day.
That's it. Metal X out of position. 1, 2, 3, and an Ash. One stray Ash arrow to help, and that's it. That's a Baron.
Yep.
And there's not really a whole lot that TeamLess can do about this. Granted, Baron is pretty much almost done, and Mundo's actually getting really chunked out. The Baron's not down. The Baron's not done yet. They actually left the pit. But there we go. Gonna go ahead and just clean up the rest of TeamLess. They know there's not a whole lot that can be done. No one from Megashock. No, will not be able to get it, and there you go. Okay, that was close.
Dude, Karthus or Kassadin is just smacking people.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Like
that was
Mundo with all of his life got taken down, and like, oh my gosh.
That was really close though. And that's the thing though. That's the power that this team had. 2 silences.
Yeah.
2 silences. The Mundo can't do anything about that. He can't regen if he can't get his ult off.
Yeah.
But however, that was ridiculously close for Megashock. That could have ended a lot worse.
Yeah, like a Graves shotgun blast, and then
that's the thing. That was
shotgun blast and an ultimate could have killed everybody. Yeah,
exactly. But Graves wasn't there; he was dead. So yeah, about that.
Graves. Yeah, I mean the people that should be making a difference aren't, and that's
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
But
Graves has pretty good farm, and but he's just 0-4. He's just not performing. He's not making anything happen.
All the 8. Hold on, I gotta lock in. 481 AP. The DFG does 44% health in magic damage.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Hurts, bro.
That hurts. That really hurts, especially if you throw it on someone like a Mundo. Let's do quick math with IPL. 2200 health. That's about a 900 health shot.
Yeah.
Straight to the face.
Yep. Kassadin's mobility is just really, really strong. Can do damage and get out, kind of like Fizz, and get in, do damage, ridiculous amount of damage. 10, 0, and 6. Deathfire Grass is going to do a lot, and if you can't stop him, then you're going to die. And that's the thing. You try to get to him, but he just teleports the back of his...
There's the arrow onto the Mundo. Not the most greatest of options there, but we'll go ahead and most greatest. What am I saying? Aurelia just keeping everyone away with the. That was not the best initiation.
Nah.
That was a lot more to be desired out of the arrow, but that's the thing, though. That's Mundo's job right now, is just to be out in front and try and tank out as much of the initiation as possible to keep things safe. Because if Karthus gets caught, if Graves gets caught, that it's done. It's over. It's far over. But here's the thing, though. You have Baron, you have GA now on Aurelia.
Yeah, that's pretty strong. And they're just going to sit tight and just, oh my gosh. They're going to sit tight, they're going to wait for objectives, and then they're just going to like leverage their advantage. And I mean, they're up 14,000 gold.
It's pretty ridiculous.
It's pretty ridiculous. I mean, especially when you're playing as a late game team, like if you're that far behind, you can't even get to the late game. You can't even get your builds. You're not going to do anything. Like you're not doing enough damage.
I've said this time and time again. Your late game team needs to get to the late game first.
Yeah.
If you can't get to the late game with your late game team, you're in trouble. You're absolutely in trouble. 31 minutes in, and like you mentioned before, it's a 14K lead. And right now, Megashock is just toying with TeamLess, just with the slow push. Caston is just walking back and forth. He's walking in circles, like, "Hey, you might want to come kill me."
Yeah.
It'll be a good time. I promise. No, it's not gonna be.
It's not gonna be a good.
It's
time.
not gonna be fun if you go ahead and try and kill him. And they know they can't kill him, and they know they can't do it right now because he's too mobile. He can get too far away, too much. And that's the thing too. A lot of the abilities on TeamLess are very, very close range. Karthus needs to get up close and personal. Vlad needs to get up close and personal. Mundo needs to be in your face.
Yeah.
It's troubling. It's very troubling for someone to face up against someone that mobile.
Right. Well, when Caston has so much burst damage, you try to get in and it just takes out your whole damn team.
It's demoralizing.
Yeah. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it unless that's
unless that's you.
And that it happens a lot too. Caston. That's also why you see Caston banned out a lot in solo queue as well. Because once he gets the 2 kills, he just goes nuts. He just goes absolutely nuts. It's not uncommon. It's actually not uncommon to see a lot of Castodins straight up build into Magi's. Because if you can get that thing fully farmed, the cooldown reduction just pays off so much with the Rift Walk and everything else.
Yeah.
But there you go, top tier 2 going to be going down. Aurelia trying to get the flank on, but it doesn't even really matter. The waves will continue to clear, pushing up still ever more. There's the wall of pain. Very nice placement, by the way. Actually getting the entire. Well, it's going from torch to torch, really. But there you go.
Yeah,
Megashock.
It's hard to say. I mean, it's obvious that TeamLess is getting outplayed, but I mean, really, I think a lot of the success comes from the Nocturne and the Ashe synergy. Like, they put the lanes so far behind because that combo works so well together. Karth is so far behind, not able to farm at all. Like, 235 at 33 minutes for Karthus is just, like, abysmally low. Like, you need to be way up there. Low kills, a lot of deaths, just not doing well.
Yeah.
And you're going to have so much pressure from Caston. You leave, and he's just going to dive at you and then just, do the combos and then just absolutely wreck you. So nothing is safe. And you can't chase because you can't chase Caston. He, like, always gets away with that freaking Rift Walk, man.
Not to mention, too, I also got to give props because they Megashock shut down Kerp so very well. I mean, Aurelia did pretty good in lane against him straight out, but to have the assistance from Nocturne, to have the extra presence in the lane, just paid off so well. But that's the thing, though. They TeamLess realized if we're gonna get kills top lane, Mundo needs to be here all the time.
Yeah. And
they still managed to get the kills with the Mundo presence in a 2v1.
Yeah.
But Mundo can't be there all the time, and that's been mentioned before. That's the trouble when all your lanes are losing. It's what kind of difference can you make? And
I'm curious because I'm pretty sure Kerp was their jungler before, and Anguish was their top lane, who they just lost. That means Kerp has some pretty big shoes to fill, and just jumping into the top lane role. Like, I'm not sure how used to it he is, and if that's it's probably influencing his effectiveness a lot. And I'm not sure how well they'd be doing with Anguish on the team. He's back on Curse of You, but I mean, Kerp's doing well, but again, like I said, he's new, and that means their jungler's new, and so that means their synergy is probably not as strong as it could be.
Yeah. So right now, Megashock is mobilizing once again Baron should be coming back up any moment now. They're getting ready.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for him. They're just waiting to give him a big hello, laughing about it. Is like, oh man, you want to come party? We got the keg. we got the barbecue, man. Come on out. It's gonna be no big deal. They're just waiting for him. We're just waiting for Baron. That's all.
Yeah,
we're doing
and
right
Cassin's
now.
down there going bro mode, just like It's like, come on, take it on. I'll kill your entire team.
Yeah. So this Cowtar's just trying to just
That's the thing. You need like 3 people to take him, so they can't even go over and like. I mean, it seems kind of obvious. Yeah.
It's just
how fast they're killing
it. Yeah, it's gonna be gone in an instant. It's gonna be gone before TeamLess actually gets there, and now they're there. And now there goes the Ash arrow immediately going right on in. And here's Cowtar looking to clean up. He managed to get the first kill down onto the Graves. Tabs will actually go down to the Ash, and the fight continues. And Kerp being shut out immensely quickly.
Well, that's that.
And that's that. And that's all she wrote. Ace at the Baron.
Yep.
Megashock got it pretty quick. And
20k gold lead, 20 kill lead, 3 towers. They're going to push, and they're going to do a lot of damage.
He's going to have Ash tank the towers. No big deal. Then Soraka's going to go ahead and have a turn. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
There's a full 22 seconds before the first 3 members of TeamLess come back up. That should be more than enough. At the very least to take out both Nexus turrets, if not for just straight out win the game. And now they're just going to wait for them anyways. They know they can realize they can push the win.
Yeah.
It's going to go straight on in, take out both of those towers. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is not going to be enough. Megashock will go ahead and take the series 2-1. Moving on to the semifinals, man.
Yeah.
Megashock's looking really strong.
Yeah. Where the hell did they come from, man? I mean, they've been around. I've heard about them, but I'm really surprised at how successful they are, especially with how well TeamLess has been doing lately. They went to the Reign of Gaming Invitational LAN. They got 3rd. They beat CurseU. CurseU did rather well, you know, at MLG. They're a good team, and TeamLess is strong, but they just lost their top laner. I mean, Kerb, I think he was a jungler. He's moving in the top lane. They picked up Frogert as their jungler, I think. So a lot of moves for them, and I think it really took a toll on it today. It
really did, and it's just, I have to say though, there's some great strategy coming out from Megashock though. They knew what lanes they had to be present in. They know who they had to shut down.
Yeah.
They picked the right champions, and that's the thing too. You know, the best thing that they could have done going into themselves game 1, ban Fizz.
Yep. Yeah.
That's pretty much it, you know, and now now they know, now everyone else knows.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm gonna blame Vladimir Heal on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and say it was the heal.
It worked. It worked once.
Yeah.
It worked once, but that's the thing though. Vlad just got shut down
so hard,
and that's the thing too, is that if you look at Vlad's build, you got Ninja Tabby, we got Woda, got Abyssal Scepter. Now Abyssal Scepter. I'm trying to think of the reasoning behind the Abyssal Scepter. I'm pretty sure it's just there to help Karthus do more damage. But that's the thing, that Karthus was pretty denied himself.
Yeah, it was bad.
And in order for the Abyssal to be at its massive effectiveness, he has to stay in fights.
Right, right. Well, he said, I don't need sustain, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And
I'm just going to die anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So
screw you guys.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the best call, but he did pretty well early game, and then it just got Aurelia, you know, just crapped on him. It was bad.
Yeah, like I would have liked to have seen maybe not even finish. I mean, the Tabby was a great call.
Yeah.
Tabby was a fantastic call. I don't think it would have built the Woda straight away. I think I would have liked to see, and that's the thing too. Like, Karthus went to Woda too. They're looking for a lot of that extra sustain. They had all the spell vamp they needed, but they just had no damage to follow it up on. But I would have liked to have seen, instead of going for the Abyssal, instead of finishing the Woda, you know, get the Revolver.
Yeah.
Build out to Rylai's, then go back, finish the Woda. But
I mean, he couldn't match the sustain of Aurelia, and so he kept getting pushed out of lane. Like, Aurelia's ahead, has sustain, just keep trading. And he just kept trading over and over again, and Muppo just, you know, eventually it was just too far ahead. 2 levels early on, and how do you deal with that? You know, even when the jungle came, they didn't even have enough to kill her. So, Poor Kerp on top lane. And
even then, Aurelia has been a very common ban in the EU forever.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember doing the stat tracking for Against All Authority coming into IPL4. And it turns out that, like, I think AAA, like when they were still around, banned out Aurelia like nearly every game.
Yeah.
Ever. And you know, even though she has been nerfed, Aurelia is still a massive top lane threat. She's still there. He's like, oh, her healing's been reduced. It's like, well, who cares?
Yeah.
She still has the damage. She still has sustain, period. That's not something that not a lot of top laners have.
Yep.
So
And that's the key to top lane, right? Is the sustain and the damage.
Just stay there.
And then again, right? She does physical and magic, so it's really hard to negate her damage. Like there's not a lot you can do.
Yeah.
And that's why she's so strong and so dominant.
And there you go. Megashock going to be moving on in to semifinals. We're wrapping up, dude.
Dude, I'm excited. Like, Megashock, they look so strong. I don't know how you beat that Ash Nocturne synergy.
Yeah.
That is like, even if you're ahead, you're going to get absolutely demolished.
This makes me wish that SK showed, because that would have been an amazing match in its own. Now seeing, like, you know, these guys are the real deal.
Yeah.
They are the real deal. And
they're going to win the whole thing. Just calling it right now.
No, we're not doing those bets again. But I know better. Yeah. I know better than to bet with you without a bookie present. So maybe next time we're in Vegas.
Okay, sounds good.
No, we'll see. But hey, thank you for sticking with us today. Thanks for joining us this morning. Thank our beautiful guest caster Nick Allen here. We'll see him again soon.
Yeah. Maybe.
But you had fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. And first cast ever.
Why not?
Worst cast ever.
Best. We did good. Now we can go ahead. We'll just have to hop in back to work, get some frozen yogurt. Get some Frogurt, and then go back, go for lunch.
Sounds good.
Hey, thank you guys for sticking with us today, and we should be back a little bit shortly with a little bit of a rebroadcast here for you guys. And as always, keep on updated with all the things we're doing at IGN Pro League on Facebook and on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch IPLLL. And as always, send us your tops, send us your flops. We want your replays, IPLLreplays@gmail.com. If we use your replays, we might send you something nice. But until then, we will go ahead and we will see you next time. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Good night.
See you guys.